For more on President Assad's visit to Moscow, I sat down with Kurt Volker. He's a former U.S. ambassador to NATO. I asked him what he made of Assad making this trip and if it was a sign of confidence by the Syrian leader.
I think the first thing it says is that Putin wants to show off, that he wants the attention on Russia. Russia's the one that is acting in Syria, that is propping up the Assad regime, and he has the power to get Assad to come to him. And I think that's what this message really is Putin showing the world that Russia's a serious great power to be taken into account. The second thing is for Assad, what it does is it shows I have Russia's backing. And that's something that he is using to, shine when you're looking at Erdogan in Turkey, or whether you're looking at the government in Baghdad, or whether you're looking at the resistance in Syria, both the more moderate resistance as well as ISIS. He's showing, I've got Russia. And so I think it serves a mutual interest. But it starts with Putin's own self-image.
So when you talk to Putin or the Russians, their take on this whole thing is, U.S. strategy certainly hasn't worked for the last year, so why not? Why not get involved, show a little military muscle? We're hitting terrorists, we're hitting ISIL targets. What is wrong with what Moscow is saying? Well,
the sad truth is that there's a lot of truth in what they're saying. It is true that the U.S. has not had a strategy for dealing with Syria. We had over 3 years in which to figure out what do we do about the Assad regime killing its own people? What do we do about the growth of al-Qaeda or al-Nusra and now ISIS as that has happened? And we've done almost nothing. The airstrikes that we've done have been extremely limited, and they've certainly been ineffective. We haven't put together an effective regional coalition. So Russia's right when it says, look at what's happening. There is an opening here. The problem that we have is that Russia is doing what it wants for its reasons in ways that are not going to be beneficial for the Syrian people, not for the region, not for security and stability in the long haul.
Well, is what U.S. doing beneficial for the region? I mean, they might argue that.
They would argue that. Of course they would. That's what the Russians do. But I think you have to look at, well, and I should add, secondly, we're not doing anything. So I can't say that what we are doing is making it better. We've been largely absent is what we've done. The airstrikes on ISIS are the only thing that we've really done, and that has been completely ineffective.
And we're hearing United States, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey will meet in Vienna this week to discuss the crisis in Syria. What do you make of that?
Well, it's good to have a meeting and good to talk, but I see a huge discrepancy now between those who are acting on the ground, which is Russia and Iran and Assad himself, and those who are very, very restricted or limited in any kind of actual engagement. So we'll all talk, but Russia and Iran are the ones that are acting.
A year from now, will we be having this conversation about the conflict in Syria, yes, about U.S. involvement, about Russian involvement?
Well, I think we'll be having a conversation about what should we have done last year before it got this bad, because I think it's only going to get worse.
Kurt Volker, thank you so much.
Thank you.